Okay, so this is gonna be a different kind of video because I don't really have much else to do right now. Mainly because this is the time, and it's not really a time to do-it-yourself projects within an apartment building where other people live and sleep. So what I'll do is I'll begin something that I wanted to do in a long time. I basically have a lot of boxes of everything, you know, that stuff that I recovered off PCBs. I did videos about that this year, and all sorts of bits and parts that I have gathered over the years from various devices and whatnot. And I'm really not the kind of person that either wants to keep it like this or who works with these while I'm building. There are so many cool things that I have within these boxes, but I always forget that I have them because they're all buried in here. So what I do is I collected, it's not gonna be much light, let's see if I can manually adjust this. Get the ISO up. I have all these cardboard boxes here, all these organizers. There's gonna be a lot more of those, you know, probably, as I did before, switch from all these improvised boxes to those more professional organizers. And you know, I have everything you know, set in categories, types, sizes, all that stuff, so if I need something I know precisely where I go. For instance, I have a box of screws, and I have flathead screws, Phillips screws, very small screws, medium, large, short, long, you know. And every time I need something, because you have this in here, I always avoid these boxes and just go for the stuff that I've already organized. And I'm missing a lot of interesting stuff here, you know, when I sit around and just think about, what can I use to build this? You know, more than 3/4 of what I have I just totally ignore because they're not organized. And that's what I want to change now. And for this is gonna be funny, I have saved like dozens of these tuna cans that I already ate. These are great, by the way, you know, with a bit of you know, in their own juice, you know, to avoid all the oiliness and keep it as healthy as possible. Tuna fish in its own juice with a little bit of vinegar, a bit of bread. That is absolutely excellent, you know, as a dinner meal late at night or something like that, or as a treat, even as a full lunch if you don't want too much. Anyway, I have all these boxes, all these tuna cans. I'm not sure what I'll do with these in the future. I definitely want to keep them. Me and my wife have something going on the way, you know, with some do-it-yourself projects that involves painting and doing all sort of interesting handmade things, you know, so I really want to start building up all the materials I can get my hands on. I have no idea, absolutely no idea what these will be, but they look interesting, you know, having the same thing, rather straight, very well built metal, same size, shape. Probably can do something out of it, you know, something like, you know, tuna can robots or figurines or sculptures or stuff like that. If it's something really well made and painted, you can even sell it for a few hundreds. You know, so that's definitely something I wanna try in the future, but not right now. Right now I'm using them as a temporary container because I wanna take these boxes one by one and pick up every single item in them and just spread them into categories. And so for instance, this one's gonna be something, this one's gonna be something, this one's gonna be something else, and so on. I empty one of these boxes and then I go from these and put them where they belong, just because the final boxes are going to be too large to fit on a small desk, you know. I just take these boxes one by one, and when I'm done with one, spreading all the objects inside in the based on their type, then I'm just going to throw the empty box away, not in the garbage can, like put it aside, and then take these and empty them by placing all the bits and parts where they belong, having them empty again, get the next box full of random stuff, organize them again, and so on and so forth. So I'm gonna start now, and it's really interesting. I even want to comment every single one of them to see what they are and where they come from and what you can do with it. You know, obviously not every single one. Some of them are simple stuff, like most of them should be interesting. This is obviously, let's start with just a big piece of plastic. Depends on what you define as, let's say, medium size plastic. Plastic as well, it's the cap of an asthma inhaler. This is a paper clip here. By the way, it has been straightened. I used it probably just a single time to open a DVD-ROM and then just threw it away. This is gonna be tools. So you see what I'm getting? I'm just sorting them out, judging by what they are and what they do. These are phone connectors. These will be probably separate from other connectors. Not yet sure. No, not really, because I have a box, you know, separated for telephone connections, but it's the exterior ones, like connecting a telephone to a plug or something, or to a voice switch or whatever they're called, like screws, because screws are a million types. I'm just gonna go with one can for all the screws. This is the lid from a CPU. I'm not gonna use it anymore on the CPU. Just put it in a plastic can. Let's see, this is obviously some coil wire. Next can here, and you can see it already starts empty. This is a car relay that I've used in the past, obviously. You see, if now I needed to do something on my car that required a 12-volt car relay, I would just go to my relay box, see that there's none left, and go and buy a new one when I already have this, because I never knew what it is. So this is the relay can. What's next? Brand new, unopened screws of some sort from something. I'm gonna go in the screw can. It's really hard to hold the camera. Don't know why I don't do it with my left hand. Piece of plastic cover from a silicone tube. Telephone connector. This is a flashlight assembly of an LED. Oh, this could, I can't do much with it. Let's see if I can get the LED out. This is just run through. I'm not gonna use this spring anyway, they're very low quality anyway. So you know what I'll do? I'll just use another can for stuff that needs disassembling. Okay. These plugs, banana plugs, I think they're called. Yeah, they're gonna go on the connector can. Piece of thick wire. This is gonna have its own can. Another telephone connector. Right here. Oh, this is taking a lot of time. Hard drive, head actuator, head arm. What are these? This is a laptop wire of some sort. Sorry, it's late and my cat started playing with stuff around and makes noise. Same coil wire. There's it right there. This is a plasticky thing. Screws, nuts. Nuts are going to the screws as well. Metal stuff. Another inhaler cap. Telephone speaker. It's gonna have some wires. It doesn't screws attached because it's magnetic. Has a magnet inside. This is gonna be the audio stuff. Tools. There are some small, abrasive tools for the drill. I'm gonna go into tools. This is interesting. I know I did something with this once. Oh, and it's something like a battery holder of some sort. Can't exactly remember what, but it's not needed anymore. That's for sure. So let's see if I can. I think it's glued in any way. It just slides out. And metal's gonna go to metal. Don't know what this is from, and it doesn't matter anymore. Plastic. This thing is actually rubber, so I'm gonna take it off. And set a new can for rubber. You can see how many categories you have from just one small little box like this. Plastic again. This is from a optical cable CPSO speaker. That's right there. This is from a hard drive, metal parts again. USB cable from a charger, probably just the end connector, charging adapter connector, grounding connector, plastic, number keys from a phone, long screw, another long screw, some thick copper wire, right there, big washer. Gotta go with the screws. This large metal band as well. All these buttons, let's see, large ones, silicon tip again, another phone connector, another banana, another abrasive tool, This is actually from one of those connectors. This rubber thingy. Microphone. Probably from the same telephone that these things came out of. I actually remember when I took that phone apart, it was probably like a couple of years ago. And then I was like, oh, I'm gonna just sort them out, you know, tomorrow. It's always like this. Tomorrow is in another 2 years. This is a belt gear from a printer. And this is interesting because I don't want to put it in the plastic. I'm gonna make a special gear box, if you know what I mean. Plastic thingy, washers. This is from a hard drive. An LED. It's gonna be an LED. No, the electronics compartment. And then just let's see, a big nut. Nothing large here. Kind of a rubber band. I have no idea what this is. All this stuff. A switch. Switch. Actually, because I have multiple switches, I'll just go grab one more tuna can. This is a larger one, just by accident. I have no interest in their size. Any other switch here? Doesn't seem so. Full of screws and plastic thingies, buttons, plastic covers, a dice. This actually requires yet another can for do-it-yourself purposes. That's why I saved it. It can be a nice addition to some kind of manually worked piece of some sorts. Washer to the screws, then the screws. Tiny little plastic thing. This is from a car key. It's the piece that's holding the chip in place. What is this? That's some kind of air filter from the hard drive. I don't care about that. It's gonna go straight to garbage. Some kind of thick wire. Some kind of penny. What is this? Oh, it's a Bulgarian penny, probably. That's the only thing it can be. I have a special place for those as well. Let's see all the plastic bits. Let's get all of them plastics. There's an LED. Into the electronics. Plastic. Small ferrite core. That's for electronics. This is a very tiny microphone. From a mobile phone, I suppose. Washer. Another washer. Screws. I'm kind of inclined to leave the screws in here so I can just, you know, pour them in once I'm done. So if I can filter everything out. Chain. This is more towards do-it-yourself. No, still a chain, nothing deformed. loop. That's just junk. Let's see, this is metal stuff. It's a tiny quartz crystal, electronic component, tiny inductor, probably from the same phone or something else. A resistor, going to the electronics. Anything else? A mobile phone speaker, to the audio, the mobile phone charging port. This is with the connectors. These are actually for transistors, so I'm gonna go and put those in the electronics can. They have no place in the plastic part. These rubber feet from the phone, I assume. And then let's see, the springs from a battery holder. Another rubber thingy. This loudspeaker holder. This tiny little metal thing. Some insulating washers. I'm gonna go place that with the electronics because that's where they belong. This thing is metallic. Oh, it's a tiny, I think that was a digital clock with thermometer, because this is a tiny thermistor, I think. Now let's see, what is this thing? I have no idea where this is from. I'm just gonna get the metal bits. Check again. And it seems that right now all I'm left with is just screws, which is what I was looking for. I'll just check again real quick. So screws, washers, screws. Nuts, washers, screws, everything, you know, related to screws. Okay, so doesn't seem like I have anything else left. I'll take bigger screws out by hand. And that's helping a bit with you know, the noise and the risk of overflowing. And these bigger screws. And then I'm gonna just do this. And I'm done. This whole box has been emptied into all the different types of things that were inside of it. And that is just amazing. Just imagine now that everything you need, you just go, you know, oh, I need to put a speaker on a metal part. You know, take this, it's all there. Right under your nose, like we say here. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time, probably with the same thing. Why not? Keeps me busy and makes me do this thing that I've avoided for months now. Thanks for watching, and see you.